Happy Tuesday and welcome to Virtual Coffee and a Card. So today I'm going to be showing you the gorgeous Posies kit. The last 2 weeks we made the cards out of the kit and it's a beautiful kit, but it's always nice to know what else you can do with the kit. So I'm going to show you 2 cards today and stay to the end of the video because I'm going to show you a card I got in the mail yesterday for my team member Yvonne with another alternative and a totally different color scheme. So I have to say it's really nice to have a videographer in the house. My darling Gerard is holding the camera so I can actually talk naturally and have the camera on me without putting it in a stand and fiddling and making you guys see everything. So let's get started. Thanks so much. It's a special week that we're celebrating. I earned the incentive trip on the weekend thanks to you. And also, as a thank you, there is a contest going on right now till tomorrow at noon. So if you place an online order with me of $50 or more, your name will go into a draw for the die cutting machine. And of course, there's going to be lots of other draws because I'm going to divvy up all the host supplies, the host gifts. All right. So if you want to join in on some unexpected fun and maybe get a surprise in the mail, and of course, you will get a PDF tutorial as well as a thank you. So let's get started. Gerard's just going to hand me the phone. And there we go. And then you guys get to see him. We're having a late breakfast. And look at my table. I cleaned it off yesterday. Now this way it's not quite as good, but you know, yeah. So here we are. And in the holder we go. All right, ready to get going. So this is the stamp set, Gorgeous Posies. And it has a distinctive stamp for the flower, the leaves, and the center part. Now these could be the center of the flower. They could also be berries. And these add dimension to the berries in the middle. And here is the box. Okay. So here you can see where they did the little dots in the middle of the flower. And then they've added the little berries or whatever. Could be a flower as well. And actually, I'm going to try to recreate that later. And then here is these twigs. So I will also include a link to my blog post where I did a card, a Christmas card with that little branch. Super cute. So let's have a look in the kit. This is the kit. It comes with these instructions and you can see the beautiful colors like Highland Heather. Hello, Margot. So nice to see you here from Northern California. Do let me know where you're coming from. That's really nice. I love that. So the colors here are Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Calypso Coral, Blackberry Bliss, Garden Green. This is all the ribbon I have left from this kit. It's beautiful. And when you want to straighten it out, you just run it through your curling iron and it'll be nice and smooth. So I'll show you the cards that we made in the last 2 weeks. There's all these little bits in here. Oh yeah, and I did find the purple twine. The last time we were on, I could not get this started. I've done it now. So I have to add little purple bows to this. So here is for a very kind and thoughtful friend. Oh, and there it is as well. I did 2. And this one, you can see how I did the flower on the other side. Just a little, you can switch things up in big ways or small. These little lacy die cuts come in there with it. And I think I did these almost exactly the same. I did. So these are going to go in the mail today. Get well soon. Lots of ribbon going on the back of that. Just really beautiful cards. And then the last one was this one. And the saying of this, I really, really love. Wishing you comfort and peace at this time. So, anyone who ordered this Gorgeous Posies stamp set and kit from me is getting a free 4-card bonus thing. And here is the first card. And I really, really like this. So in your kit, you would have received a little thing like this. And then so there's 4 cards, and then there's an extra piece of Whisper White, and that is to stamp all your extra flowers and leaves on, okay? And then you also received a whole pack of these opal rounds because you need some on your card, but also if you place an order with me in March, you get a full pack of opal rounds. So that's kind of fun. So that's card number 1 we're going to do today, and here is card number 2. So let's get started. I forgot. Oh, no, it's right here. Oh, I love it when my stuff, I purposely didn't clean up my whole table. So I have my ruler, which is quite handy. So I can share the measurements with you. So I just put it all in a little envelope. And so there's a Whisper White base. And it is a thick cardstock. And it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then we have a Night of Navy piece. It is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then we have this pretty paper from Celebration, 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we're going to put that together for a minute. And I put my phone on there. Sorry, you know what? I went to all the effort of putting my phone on Do Not Disturb for all the times that I go live, and it must not have worked. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to put this together. I'm sorry about that interruption. And I'm using Stamp and Seal, which sometimes you have to advance a little bit manually. There we go. Once it works, it's great. You just have to get used to having to advance it manually to get it started. And then I'm just going to stand up, get your corners lined up nicely, and then the rest is good to go. And then this piece is going to go on. Just a nice little tiny, narrow navy border for an accent. That always looks nice. I love a 1/8 of an inch border. I like the look of it. And see, I just grab the edge of the adhesive that's already on, and then you don't have to advance it. I love navy and white too. I'm wearing navy actually. Okay, so now we have this little focal point. I ran this through the embossing folder that goes with the art gallery suite. I forget what it's called. That's really bad, but okay. The most important thing is the measurements. And it is 4 inches by 2 5/8. So 4 inches by 2 5/8, which makes this one 4 1/8 by 2 3/4. Okay, so 4 1/8 by 2 3/4. And we'll put those together. I love the texture of this folder. It's really, really nice. I think I will hold on to that one forever. It looks like you've just used a palette knife and spread thick paint across your paper. And you know me, I love anything that makes me feel artistic. Okay, so now we're going to build this up a little bit. Here's the card. So we have to make 2 flowers and 2 sets of leaves. So we'll just put this aside for a minute. Grab our white cardstock and a block and the stamp set. Oh, you know, there's always going to be something. There we go. Here it is. Okay. So we have the flower and we have the leaf. Now I did it in a nice soft color. Now you could either take Old Olive and Stamp Off, which I think I did, so maybe we'll compare, or soft sea foam. So let's see how they look compared to each other. So this is soft sea foam. Whoopsie, good thing I cleaned that. Tap, tap, tap. And, oh no, that's super light. Now maybe my soft sea, you can barely see it. I think my soft sea foam is dry. Let's have a look. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do Old Olive Stamped Off. And I have to re-ink my soft sea. There. Okay, there we go. Old Olive. Stamping Off is a great way to get more colors. Okay, so here we have Old Olive, full strength, Stamped Off. And again, I think my Old Olive also needs re-inking. There, there. And see if we do it 3rd time. That's also called generational stamping. And that way, if you want 2 shades of leaves, you've got it. So that's cute. And then we're going to do Night of Navy. And when I'm looking at my card, I stamped with white craft in the middle. I see that now. Maybe I can show the chalk marker and see what that looks like too. All right, so now we're taking Night of Navy and the big flower. Tap, tap. And there. And you see how you get all the different shades in there? That's called a distinctive stamp. So it looks like you've done something really fancy, but all you've done is ink up your stamp. So that looks really nice, at least I think. Now I'm going to just grab my chalk marker and my white craft ink. You guys keep an eye on that. Hi, Rhonda. Indiana had snow. My goodness. We had freezing rain last night. Okay, I'm just going to grab the chalk marker. Nope, not there. Found it. All right. Sorry for the delay, guys. You know, on the radio, they say you should never have dead air time. So here's my craft white. And I thought I had grabbed the Stampin' Up! Chalk marker, but I did not. I've got a contraband here. Let's try it first with the Stampin' Up! One. And let's see. Here we go. The thing with craft ink is that you do have to let it dry for a minute before you go at it. So let's have a look. Here. I did re-ink this one just the other day. So it's, you kind of turn it around, make sure, and then look. It's just a nice soft look for the inside. There. I will get the chalk marker out later. I don't want to make you wait again. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut out these flowers. And I could have done this ahead of time, but I didn't. So I usually cut around a little bit so that I'm working with a smaller thing here. But these cut out really quickly. So the leaves, I'm just, and you can decide whether you want to leave a little white edge or if you want to go right on the stamped image. And see, again, I don't want to work around that way. There. You want to make this as easy for yourself as possible. And I find that when the piece of paper in your hand is smaller, not huge, not tiny, but smaller, instead of this big thing, it's not such a big deal. And I used to, I don't do this anymore, but before COVID, I'm a kind of person who has a really hard time sitting still and doing nothing. So if I have images that need cutting out, and then someone would come for a coffee visit, their idea of a coffee visit was almost always a longer visit than what I had in mind. So to remain polite, and I would cut. So, you know, and I would just, you know, I'm usually quite transparent. I would say, you know what, I hope you don't mind, but I have all these things. What's that? Oh yeah, sometimes people were early. I would say, I hope you don't mind, but I have these things I need to cut out, and I would love to cut and talk. I always used to think that I would do much better in church if I could knit or something. Take my knitting to church. So I do find that if I take notes in church, I never used to, but that could be a really good thing to keep your mind on things. So you can see that I'm leaving a little white edge. Now I haven't tried this, but there is a machine called the Brothers Scan and Cut that will cut your images. But I don't know how well it does with this one. It's tempting. Then I have to haul it out. I don't use that thing nearly as much as I should. But that's also because I'm not doing classes. So if I was having classes, sometimes I would get Yvonne to do it and stamp out a whole sheet of these. And then the machine would cut them out. Everybody would love it that they didn't have to do the cutting. You know, it's the little things. So yes, if you joined late, don't forget about the contest. So this past weekend, I earned the incentive trip. Now, the way that works is Stampin' Up! Rewards us or encourages us to work hard by offering a trip every year, a free trip for 2 people, which is really amazing because they will fly your second person in from anywhere. So when I asked Gerard to go with me, they'll fly him from Holland, which is really amazing. He was supposed to go with me to Maui, but now because of COVID, Holland is not allowing people to fly into the States for vacation.
The States are not allowing Dutch people.
Oh, the States aren't allowing Dutch people in?
Yeah,
I thought it was the other way around. I thought Europeans weren't allowed to. But anyway, it doesn't matter that he's not allowed to go. And but it was pretty nice. They were going to fly him from Holland to Maui, which is like for us, that's like a trip for us going to Australia. And now he can't come. So that's why I was really excited to earn this trip while he was here, because hopefully next year, 2022, he can go with me for the cruise to the, I can't remember if it's Eastern or Western Caribbean. I know we're going to Roatan, and I've never been there, so I'm pretty excited about that. So the way it works is that Stampin' Up! Gives us points for every $1 we sell, and we also get points for building our team. So if people on our team promote, and then we get points as well. So it's really nice. And it's always been my goal. Well, not always, not when I first started. When I first started, I didn't think it was possible. But once I realized that it is possible, then it's always been my goal. And not only just to get the trip, because generally speaking, if you earn the trip, it means you're doing something well in your business. So anyway, here's the flowers. I'll put them aside. And Now I need to find that little, I can't even think straight. I'm so excited about the trip. The little die cut. And I did have a little, oh here, it slid away. Here's the little blue banner. So what we're going to do with the banner is cut down the middle and then from the middle to both sides. There, well, you know what I mean, the other way around. From the side to the middle. I feel like I have something sticky on my scissors. It's not a good thing. Okay, see, so that's there. Now let's open up our little treasure box. This is such a nice box. When you're done with all your cards, you can give some of them away and as a beautiful gift. So here's one of the die cuts. And there's all the leaves and the flowers. See, and these are all the ones that are left. Well, I haven't made all of them yet. That's true. And wow. Oh yeah, and I always forget to show you guys the matching envelopes. They're quite pretty as well. All right, we're getting to the bottom of the box. I'm hoping that I have some left. There, my neat table is no longer neat. I have those. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Here they are. All right. So what I do with this is I use the Stamparatus because you never know. I'm going to put it right on top of everything else. Oh, and here, as an aside, this is the die cut from the many messages. Here, I'm totally going off. See, that's this stamp set. And that's the die. So you stamp, this is so like me. You stamp the whole thing, you get all the sayings, you cut them all out at once. I've saved them in a bag. They're amazing. Really, really nice. And then if you save the stencil, then you can put other words in there. See, like for example, I don't know if any of these will fit, but see, here is the Celebrate Your Day. It would fit right in there. And here, this long one, I think that one might be not wide enough. No, but you see, that's what you would do. You could put them in. See, that one fits in there for a very kind and thankful friend. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of neat, but we'll get rid of that now. Put it away. And I'm going to put this in its place. Now, I got my inky fingers on that one. So we'll use, you can always turn them around, okay? 2 sides to every die cut. And we're going to put Celebrating Your Day on there, which is great, right? It can be for birthday, a promotion, wedding, you name it, okay? Now, make sure you put it back in place if you're using an open spot, because if things can go wrong, even with a Stamparatus. So take the time, you can't be in a hurry. And my stamp is slightly crooked, so I'm just straightening it out. All right, and Night of Navy, and we're good to go. So, now it looks crooked on here, but I think it's actually nice and straight. Now, oh, this one makes me a little bit nervous because see how there's a wee little bit of wiggle room in there? If I stamp it again, it might be off. I'm going to take the chance, people. Let's find out. I did it good. All right, awesome. Okay, it's good. It's looking good. Move all this stuff out of the way, back in the box. And now I'm going to just put some adhesive right in the middle of the banner. That's the easiest way, just in the middle. And then I'm going to lay this on so that there's an even edge on both sides. There. And this, now I have to find my pieces again. Here we go. Here we go. Now this is going on flat because I'm popping up my flowers, okay? So a little bit of adhesive down the middle. You could probably pop this part up too, but I want to do it off a little bit, like so. And then the leaves, I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive on the tip and then put it in like so. So that's one flower, and then maybe I'll do both leaves on this one. Yeah, I'm going to. There. There we go. Pop that one up with a few dimensionals. One. And then we'll tuck the other flower underneath. And then we'll put the whole thing up. And, oh, I'm a little out of focus still. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Oh, this is so hard someday. Okay, I'm hoping, is that better? I hope I'm not out of focus anymore. Gosh. Just when you start thinking that you've got something right, I'm going to pop this up. Then you have other challenges. Let me know if it's still bad. You know, you expect your camera to focus automatically, so I have no idea how to change that. I'm dealing with, I just grabbed these. I can't throw anything out. Stampin' Up! Replaced these because I had like malfunctioning dimensionals. Our dimensionals are not supposed to do this, okay? But they still work. They're just a little bit more work to do. But I kept them, of course. I couldn't throw them out. And I forgot when I grabbed them that these were the bad ones. Okay, so you just center that on there. Then I'm going to put the flowers on the bottom. And like so. So I just want to make sure that they're not extending past the card. And now I can tuck that one just like that. See? So we'll put a little bit of adhesive. You know, actually, normally I would put a liquid because then I could slide it a bit better. But I want it to be quick, so there. There. And then if we wanted to, we could add some opal rounds. When I first heard this, I thought they were oval rounds, and I thought, no, that's really strange. My mom's favorite gemstone is an opal, and these do look like opals. They've got that really nice. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Okay, so that's card number 1 for the alternatives. And card number 2, I'm really, really hoping that I have all the pieces in here. Okay, let's see how well I did. Now I have to find my little package. Oh yeah, here it is. Good, good, good. Okay. So, oh, Gerard is distracting me. So I have a piece of navy again, and that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The pattern paper, 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we'll put those together for a minute. And this side of the paper is great for stamping things on and then die cutting them. There we go. So, yeah, I heard from Gerard that the numbers for COVID are going up again in Europe. So right when you think things are getting better, they're not. I don't know. Spring is here, almost. And that always helps. But, man, we're so tired of this, aren't we? Okay, so we have here a punch from Old Olive, one of Night of Navy, one from the paper, and one from Seaside Spray. Now this, I believe, is 1 1/4. This is a 1 1/4 inch, and this is a 2-inch punch. And this one, I believe, is 1 3/4. Okay, 2 inches, 1 3/4, 1 1/4, and it's just a really nice way to put it all together. So here we go. This is going to go on. The card base is heavy white, thick white, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/4, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so there. So here we go. And I love, again, the navy and the white. So I went with a whole color theme for this. But it's amazing how different the card looks when you start switching it up. So now I'm building my... Oh, look, I have some extra flowers. I am so going to cheat. I have flowers left over. I don't have a blue one. And this one didn't have any leaves. But I think that we're going to... I'll do another blue one. We'll put it together after I have my blue flower. You guys need to let me know if the stamping and cutting on video, if you find that tedious and tiresome. Would you rather that I have this done ahead of time so that you don't have to watch? If so, let me know. You know, that's how we change. The other thing I was thinking of doing is, instead of doing a live video, apparently if I premiere it, then it goes live at the same time and we can watch it together and I can answer your questions. I keep forgetting, I did have a volunteer from my team who said that she'd be my my moderator. And that means then you have someone else who's reading the comments and replying back, because you can't stamp, cut, and assemble and answer people's questions all at the same time in comments. And yet that's what you want to do. So I have to decide what's better, having a moderator or doing a premiere so that I can see it myself and enjoy it with you. So yeah, and I love to hear what you have to say about that, because that's what it's all about. It's an interaction between my people and what they want. Customer service. See, do you see how I'm going from the edge of each petal into the middle? I find that's the easiest way to do flowers. And you kind of turn the cardstock as you cut, and you get a more smooth edge. There, almost done. But you can see how it's really not very finicky. There's not a lot of tiny little bits. Okay, so we have our flowers. And here's the card. So we'll move that out of the way. And so what I started with, I went like this with my 2 circles. So I have a piece sticking out. I wanted just a little bit. Oh my goodness. It sticks to my thumb and then it still doesn't advance. Yeah. I think that the search for the perfect adhesive is like the search for the Holy Grail back in the times of King Arthur. My goodness. Okay, and then we want this little guy. And you see, I also embossed this with the artistic folder. Love that folder. And so I also have what I call parcels in the post. And for my parcels in the post, you get a bunch of paper. You get a bunch of artistic, I forget, art gallery paper. You get the embossing folder, although it's on back order right now. I will post about it on my Pampered Stamper page on Facebook. If you guys, there, that's going to go like this, sort of. Okay, so now this whole thing, I could have built it on here too. It doesn't matter. But I want it to go like that. But it's amazing what you can do when you arrange a bunch of circles. It's a nice design technique. And then if you add a little bit of texture, and it just gives you a totally different. I was inspired by this kind of geometric look here. And then we'll take a pink. This is, no, it's not Rococo. This is Blushing Bride. And we'll pop that up on there. And then we're going to add some opal rounds. We're going to add a little saying from the kit. Yeah, they're beautiful. And here. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be there. I got distracted. Woo, good thing I could take that off. I'm being distracted because there's this tiny little fly flying around. It looks like a fruit fly, but apparently it's not a fruit fly. It's coming out of a tropical plant. And I know my daughter-in-law, Amelia, said something about a gnat of some kind. And I would love to know from you plant lovers out there what to do about these creatures. I would like to get rid of them. I don't know if they work the same way as fruit flies. Well, can I kill them in a little bit of glass of a little bit of wine vinegar? But yeah, I get really kind of weird about that. They drive me nuts. So I'm going to lower this because the banner's going to go across there. There, I think I got it. Okay. I'm okay. So this is the little banner that we're going to do. And before that, let's see, opal rounds. They make such a difference, these cuties. Although I think you have to use the big one because it's a big flower. Here we go. Oops. Press. It's amazing the difference a little detail can make in your flower. Okay, so we'll move that out of the way. We're going to take our saying and move that. And I'm hoping I have the negative in my kit. Let's see. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? We're going to do it without the Stamparatus. And we're going to see how I do. Because not everybody has a Stamparatus. So, we're going to use a block for a kind and thoughtful friend. We'll see how I do. Okay. I hope I wasn't going off camera. I think maybe I was. And if I was, I'm very sorry. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so this is going to go in the middle. Oops. Here. And I want it to go right there. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. Okay. One. Now, these little banners are not out of a super heavy cardstock. They're a little bit thicker than maybe not. They're about the same as DSP, or designer series paper. So you want to add a number of dimensionals. You don't want to chintz out on your dimensionals because it needs the support. And that's just going to go right across here, there. And then if you wanted to, you could add a bow. I'm looking. So this twine came from the masculine set. Oh, you do like seeing the process? That's nice. Thanks, Paula. Oh, okay. Yes, the opal rounds are really beautiful, Paula. The catalog does not do them justice at all. You can just see how and I don't think the camera is in focus, but the glitter on there, the glimmer is really nice. So I'm going to take a little bit of twine. See, and I love it when they have that tape across so I know where it starts. And it's actually thinner than you think, so it works quite nicely. Right here. I'm actually going to take a double. See? Oh, and good news, Gerard extended his trip by 2 days, so he's leaving on Saturday now, which makes me so happy because that means he has 2 extra days. He might have 3 days out of quarantine, so he gets to see my kids, grandkids. I said to him, you know what, is there any way you can stay a little bit longer? Because then we can do those things. I said, we don't know when we're going to see each other next. Oh, I love it with the bow. All right, I'm looking. I don't have any glue dots laying nearby, so I'm not going to... See, the bow looks good there, or... Yeah, no, it looks good right in here. There, I'll add it with a glue dot later. And now I want to show you Yvonne's card that she sent me. But I'm looking... I'm just going to clean up a little bit and see if I can find it underneath my pile of stuff. I laid it ready, and I don't want to disappoint you. So, oh my goodness, I might have to. I made a promise and I can't keep it. All right, just a second. Here's the other one. I'm just going to put them beside each other so you guys can have a nice look. I always like doing a screenshot so that I have it to copy. Oh, I found it. Good. All right. So those are the cards from today. And then here is the card that Yvonne made. And if you look this way, you can see that she stamped the whole image. Then she used the die from Stitch So Sweetly, cut out the middle and popped it up. Isn't it lovely? And she used the champagne rhinestones. You could also use the elegant faceted gems on these cards. Those are really nice too. And again, these are not shown to their advantage in the catalog. You know how you can get jewelry catalogs and they have things, they can make their jewelry look so nice. We need that for our gems, don't you think? Thanks, Janice. Nice to see you here, Paula. I love seeing the comments, and I'm sorry if I missed them while I was stamping. So I'm really happy that you joined me today. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And yeah, leave a comment like you have been doing, and check out my blog. And if you live in Canada, please participate. I would love to have you win the die cutting machine. So that's it for today. I'm going to go and spend some time with my honey. Thanks for joining me. Bye.